Welcome back everyone to Game of the Week, a series where each week I'll be taking a niche and unpopular Roblox game and reviewing it. And if I miss a single week of uploading, the series will end. As always, each game that I review will be linked down in the description below, so if you want to play the game, all you have to do is scroll down and click on the first link you see in the description. So without any further dilly-dallying, this week's Game of the Week is... Spillbound Defense. Now, Spillbound Defense is a tower defense game that's actually really unique and unlike any other tower defense game I've seen. And I'm actually surprised with how underrated it is, because tower defense games are nothing new to Roblox. There are a lot of them out there. There are a lot of them that are popular. There's some of them that are bad, some of them that are good, some of them are even great. But this one is really unique, and I honestly see a lot of potential in it, just like with the other games that I reviewed in this series. But this one is really unique. I mean, the people who came up with the concept for this game are geniuses, man. But anyways, let me actually get into why the game is so good and what makes it so unique, and, stop yapping aimlessly. As I said before, the game is called Spillbound Defense, and it's a tower defense game. At first, it plays pretty much just like any other regular tower defense game where you have towers, you place them down, you upgrade them. But in this game, every tower has an infinite amount of upgrades, actually. You can just keep upgrading it, so on and on for infinity. You can upgrade your towers to level 999 if you wanted to. The only thing that's preventing you from doing that is that the towers keep getting more and more expensive the more and more you upgrade them. So each new level is gonna cost you a lot more money, and at some point it's gonna become a pretty ridiculous to try to upgrade your towers, like past, I don't know, like level 30 or something. Now, what upgrading your towers does is it marginally improves their stats. They become slightly better, they get slightly more attack speed, slightly more range, and so on and so on. But that's not the main purpose of upgrading your towers. The main purpose of upgrading your towers is unlocking more power-up slots. So the way that the game works is that every single tower has a number of power-up or upgrade slots in it. And the amount of upgrade slots that the tower has keeps getting larger and larger the more you upgrade the tower, the higher level the tower is. So for example, on level 1 it has only 1 upgrade slot, on level 2 it has 2 slots, level 3 3 slots, level 30 slots, and so on and so on. And initially, all these slots are empty, and what you have to do is you have to manually fill them up with the upgrades that you want that tower to have. So if you wanted to have more damage, you have to add an upgrade that increases its damage by, I don't know, like 10% or something. I'm spitballing. Or if you wanted to have like more attack speed, you have to give it an upgrade that increases its attack speed. Or if you want to have piercing rounds, where it can hit multiple enemies at once, you have to add a piercing round upgrade. Or if you want to give it more HP, because towers can actually die in this game, you have to give it an upgrade that gives it more HP. The way you actually get these upgrades is by running around the map, and on the floor there will be crates that randomly generate. Some are really OP good crates, some are like mediocre, slightly less good crates, some are crates that can only give you like one specific type of power-up, like only offense power-ups, only defense power-ups, or only like utility power-ups, or so on and so on. And when you open these crates, you will get a random power-up from whatever category that crate is in. So if you open an offensive crate, you will get a random offensive power-up. Or if you open a defensive crate, you will get a random defensive power-up, and so on and so on. Now, these crates actually cost money, so the game creates a really good dilemma within it, where you have to manage your money and you have to decide where you want to spend your money opening crates, or where you want to spend your money placing more towers, or where you want to spend your money upgrading the towers you already have, and that sort of thing. Now, my personal philosophy is that upgrading towers is usually not a good idea, because the way that the towers work in this game is that they gain experience. So with every enemy that they kill, with every throw that they execute, with all the damage that they deal, they will earn a certain amount of XP, which will automatically level them up. So, like, putting thousands and thousands of dollars into a single tower to like try to upgrade it to get more slots for power-ups and upgrades is really not that great of an idea, unless like you're placing a brand new tower in like a boss wave and it doesn't have time to level up, so you like desperately need to like upgrade it before like putting in some power-ups into it. But outside of like that specific situation, I don't think that wasting like thousands and thousands of dollars on leveling up your towers is a good idea. I think your money is probably best spent opening these crates around the map and getting new power-ups and putting them on your towers. Because again, as I mentioned before, when you actually upgrade a tower, when a tower levels up, its statistics only get like marginally improved. You know, it only does like a slight little amount more damage and like a slight little amount of like faster fire rate is what it gets. But when you put an upgrade on it, you can like increase its damage by a good chunk. You can increase its damage by like 10%, 20%. You can increase its fire rate by like another 15, 20%. You can increase its health by like 30%, and so on and so on. And you can have like a bunch of different upgrades on it that you get by filling out all the different upgrade slots. So in my opinion, it's a lot better to just spend your money getting more of these power-ups and these items, you know, these upgrades that you can attach to your tower slots, instead of like just actually trying to like level up your tower by spending money on it. And yeah, my philosophy is that you should place down either low level towers or level 1 towers around the map, and then, you know, fill out their upgrade slots with the stuff that you find around the map. But even that is going to be pretty difficult because the developers obviously thought of that, and they made a method to prevent you from just like filling up the whole entire map with just level 1 units. Because every time you place a unit of a certain type, that unit's cost will like continue going up and up and up. So with every new unit that you place, the next unit that you want to place after you placed your previous one, its cost is going to be higher, if that makes sense. So, like, for example, the first unit that you place might only cost, like, I don't know, like $300. Then the next one you place is going to cost, like, $500. Then the next one is going to cost $800. And then, like, the next one is going to cost, like, $1,500. And so on, until it becomes way too expensive for you to actually place another tower. Yeah, each tower has its own ramp up in its price. So, for example, your first starter guy who just like throws pebble at enemies, he's gonna have a different ramp up rate than like, I don't know, an endgame tower that you have to like farm a little bit in order to place. Like, for example, if you place like, I don't know, like 10 of your starter pebble guys, then that will not affect the price of any other tower. The only way to increase the price of another tower is if you place down that other tower. But like placing down like 10 pebble guys will not affect the price of like the other towers. Their price to place them down will stay the same until you start placing them down as well. And then it will like gradually increase and ramp up, and you know, all the other stuff that I previously mentioned in this video will start happening. But yeah, I think it's a super unique concept for a tower defense game where like instead of actually upgrading your towers like one by one and like farming money and, you know, pressing the upgrade button, you have to like do a little scavenger hunt around the map and like budget your money and see what kind of crates you want to open, because you don't want to open all of them, because you will not have enough money to just like get every single crate in the map. So you're gonna have to budget a little bit. You're gonna want to see if you want to like get more, if you want to open more offense crates or more utility crates or more defense crates or more, I don't know, whatever other crates there are out there. But yeah, I think it's a super cool budgeting game. I think it adds some really good strategy to the tower defense genre, and I think it's just a super unique game for the tower defense genre, because I really haven't seen anything like this before. You know, all other tower defense games on Roblox at least are pretty standard. You know, you have your little guys you can place down, and they each have like 5 levels, and you can like upgrade them, and with each level they just do more damage, and that's pretty much it. But in this game, you actually have like budgeting, you have like scavenger hunting, you have you know, like different upgrades that you can get, and you can like build each tower individually to serve a different purpose. Like on some towers you might only like put like splash damage upgrades, and on another tower you're gonna put in like fire rate upgrades, and on another tower you're gonna put in the health upgrades, and so on and so on. And I think the thematic style of this game is also quite genius because it all revolves around parasites. So the enemies that walk down the path are called parasites, and then the towers that you equip in your inventory and place down to fight the parasites are called inhabitants. And don't quote me on this, but the way that I interpreted the lore of this game is that the parasites, like the enemies that walk down the path and try to kill you every game, they are the parasites that can infect your inhabitants. And then the inhabitants are the parasites that can infect you, the player, personally. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea to make a game about like double parasites, where like a parasite has a parasite, and that parasite has a parasite is being a parasite to an actual host. I thought that was a pretty cool idea, and I also like the tutorial because it's a little bit funny because. The tutorial like teaches you how to like buy and equip towers and all that stuff. And when you buy a tower, the tutorial is like, please equip the tower. You have to equip it now, please. So I thought that was pretty funny. And I just think the game's cool. I think thematically it's cool. I think like conceptually it's cool. I just genuinely love the concept. I love the concept of being able to like build each tower uniquely to what you want to do. It just adds a lot of strategy to the game because you can have like no two people are gonna build the exact same tower the exact same way, because there isn't a meta with this game, because there are like 100 different upgrades you can put in your tower's upgrade slots. So no two people are gonna like have the exact same tower doing the exact same thing. You're gonna have to strategize. You're gonna have to work with what you have. You're gonna have to think about like what you want to put on each individual tower, and it's just really cool. Like I really have nothing else to say. It's just really, really cool. I really suggest you guys go and check this game out because it's blown my mind. It's pretty simplistic, but it has blown my mind. It is super, super cool. But yeah, if there's any criticism that I have with the game, the only real thing is that I wish that the waves kind of went by faster, because honestly, I'm gonna be real, the game is pretty damn slow. There's a fast forward button at the bottom of your screen that looks like two arrows. I'm gonna put a picture of it up on the screen right now. But if you click that button, your game speeds up to 2 times speed, but it's still incredibly slow. Well, maybe not incredibly slow, I think it's still better than like Tower Defense Simulator was in like 2019, when they had like those ridiculously long matches that would last an hour. It's definitely better than that, but the matches are still a little bit too long. So I wish the waves just like went by a little bit faster. I wish that like the skip button appeared a little bit sooner, or maybe like the enemies spawned a little bit faster, or something like that. But yeah, other than that, the only other complaint I really have is that the game doesn't show you how many waves total there are in whatever mode you're playing. Because the first time I played the game, I thought that like there were infinite waves, and technically you do have a free play option. After you complete each round, you have an option to just go into free play and play infinitely. But there is an ending to each game mode, and I think it's wave 40 that marks the end of each game mode. But it would be nice to actually like have a marker that tells you like what the final wave is, like on the top left it says that on the top left there's like a little marker that tells you whether you're in like wave 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 21 or whatever. And I think it would be cool if it said like wave 21 out of 40, for example, if you're in wave 21. But yeah, because again, like I said before, when I first started playing the game, I thought that it's just said infinite waves, and it confused me a little bit. But outside of those two complaints, I think the game is really good. I encourage the developers to keep working on it. I'm really excited to see what you guys have in store for the game. And that's really it. Yeah, go play the game. It was great. It's awesome. Yeah, that's all I have to say. See you later, everyone. Goodbye.